Hello coders, good afternoon. I am so late. So late today. So I do apologize. I was doing some exercise and time slipped away. What I'm going to do today is try and work through K6 like we did before, but this time deal with pages that are behind the login form. That's what I want to try and do today. I've got about an hour to do it. If I don't get it done, no biggie, no biggie. Nice chilled out stream today. Nothing to worry about. As always, I am very unorganized. So let me just try and get all the ducks in a row. Bring the terminal into view. I'm gonna have to bear with me whilst I sort all this out. It's been a busy day. It's been a busy day. Let's get into the code view. All right. So I need to restart the IDE because I've just updated that. Right. Let's do a CD into the website. Let's do a git pull. Actually, we probably should be on the main branch. Let's do a git checkout of main. Let's do a git pull because all the things are now merged in. So we're going to do a PHP Storm is trying to restart behind this screen, and it's taking the focus off of the trying to take the focus off of the off of this. Okay, git checkout. We're going to do feature K6 and we'll just do login, or we'll do K6 user account, because essentially what I want to do is build some tests for testing the user account, which is behind the login. I don't know how to do this. All right, let's oops, did not match. Oh yeah, I need to put in a -b. Yeah, I haven't done this yet. I've read a little bit about how to do it, but I haven't actually done it in anger. So this is going to be a pure learning stream for me, I think. Let's bring these windows out a little bit so you can see them better on the stream, because I've just seen that there is a... Let me get rid of this. Silly. Bring that over there. Is that too far? That is too far. There we go. Okay, so... Right, how should I start this? I suppose we need to bring up the Docker machine. That's probably the wisest thing to start. So Docker machine start, as I have literally just booted up this machine. And then let's make sure that we can actually get the website running. There's a couple of things that I probably need to adjust, such as the migrations, but we'll work through that. That's no problem. So we already have a test. I'll show you. We already have a test that tests that the if I go to K6 and tests and go to test fast, we already have a test that tests the login, just hitting the login page and making sure that we get it 200 OK. What I want to do is actually submit the form. So I suppose what we should do, and again, I don't really know how to do this. I'm just I'm just learning. So I thought, why not do it live? Okay, so K6, let's do login response. Because essentially what I'm after is cookies and things like that. So let's do HTTP authentication. What's that about? Okay, so this is getting, okay, that's fine. That's not what I'm after. Excuse me. Responses are used by the HTTP method that generates the HTTP request. Those methods return one or more case of HTTP batch. Okay, fine. Do we have an example here? So we have response, and we're getting the response headers, and we're making sure that we have, or we're printing out a response header, and we look like we are checking that we have status of 200 OK, and we're looking at our HTML and seeing that there is a h1 with some text which equals equal domain. Okay, so that's how you can grab hold of that then, the response. How about what if I was to just take off login and put in login example here? Basic offense, single request, how to load, documentation. I'm sure I saw an example. There's a cookies example here. How's that Docker machine going? Okay, we've got it. Good. Let's evaluate the shell. Sweet. Docker ps-a. There, the containers. Good, 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 good. Let's make sure that we can actually access the website. That would be good. Go to howtocodewell.local. So, come on. Why is that not going anywhere? Suddenly, everything's starting to slow down. Why is that? There we go. And I'm going to, okay, so we got the, okay, fine. Why is that? It seems to be really slow for some reason. I'm not sure why. Let me just check the Docker Compose stuff. We are running in dev mode. Okay. Why so slow? The website staging. Website app. This is what I'm after. It's been up. Let's do a. Let's get the logs for that. Docker logs. I probably need to restart it. And let's go to website app. There we go. Is it website app _1? Okay. Okay, so we've got a 500 there for some reason. Does that mean that that's timed out? No. Rats. I'm going to restart the thing. Let's do Docker Compose. Let's do a restart of app. It's app, isn't it? I'm sure it is. Yeah. Let's restart the app. And whilst that's going, let's also get another terminal going. Let's evaluate that shell. What is going on with Docker today? So we've got a timeout on that one. Okay, so let's refresh this once more. Okay, let's make a curl request. No, let's not do that. This is so weird. Let's check the IP. Docker machine IP of should be 192.168.9900. Yep. Let's see if I can get to that without the domain. Well, this isn't a great start, is it? All right, let's see if we can get into the container. That's very worrying. It's so slow. Logs. Let's do devlog, because that's where we should be. It is getting hit. Is main request. Oh wait, hang on. What's going on here? Okay, the website's loaded, but I'm sure I fixed this deprecated issue. Is main master request. Okay, that's strange. Maybe we should derail this K6 thing and just investigate that for a minute. That's a bit weird. I thought I had fixed that. Okay, let's just take a little look into this. So, restarting the app has worked. It's in dev mode. It was probably because I was working in prod mode first before the stream, and then flipped it over. Yeah, but I'm interested. Let me quickly just do a make tests for a minute. Let's just see what gets thrown out of this. So it's going to be doing a beautifier. There shouldn't be anything with this at all. None of this should have any issues, although I am noticing that this is running really slowly. And I don't know why. But the site is up. That's crazy slow. It's not because of the log files are too big, is it? Let's do or like it's must be something on the host machine. I've literally just turned this box on. So yeah, I'm gonna jump into another terminal. You know how much I like my terminal windows. And I'm gonna just get into here. Do an ls, go into var. I want to see how big my... Go into the log. It's not that big. It's not that big at all. Okay, let me just check Docker settings for a minute. Let's go into the preferences. Go into resources. 4 CPUs, 12 gigabytes of RAM, 2 gigabytes of swap storage, and 59 gigabytes of disk space. I think that's more than enough. All right, let's do a Docker. That's on the live. That's on the actual machine, isn't it? That's not what I want to do. I want to evaluate the shell. Let's do let's see if we can clean anything up. Let's do a Docker system prune. Actually, no, I don't want to do that because that'll screw up with K6. We may have to just live with it, this speed, for a minute, which is a shame. Okay. Let's just try and learn about how we would do this, the K6 stuff. I'll have to look at the performance of this. It was running super quick over the weekend with my laptop, so there's obviously something wrong with my Mac Mini here with the configuration. It's probably something with Docker. So rather than bore everybody trying to work that out, let's just try and salvage some of this. So here we've got a way of looping over the cookies in the response and logging the cookie name. That's pretty useful. And then there's one where we can set a cookie in the view cookie jar. interesting. Let's see if I can do K6 submit form. Okay, forms on K6. Okay, so we've got a form selector, fields, and then we sleep. Oh, we're submitting the form. That's what we're trying to do. Now submit the form, overriding some of the fields in the form. Okay. So if we went to the login page, wow. Right, login page. We would need to fill out the username and the password and then hit login. So if we had a quick look at this, let's not put it in iPhone mode, let's just get into responsive and let's just bring that up so we can see. So the form is up here. So the form doesn't have an ID, so maybe we need to create an ID. Although does this just pick the form, the response? Now submit the form. Form selector is form. Okay, so as there's only one form on this page, that should be okay. So we should be able to grab that, and then we should be able to get the fields, so custom name and extra data. These would be input names, right? So in my case, let's just get rid of that for a minute. In my case, it would be h1 div. Here we go, the inputs. So you got the username here. And you would also have the password. We also need to deal with the token as well. That's going to be an interesting thing to play with. And then I guess what we would do is we would just run submit form. Okay, so that submits the form. Then how do we get? So we'll keep that. Let's deal with. So K6 login each virtual user. Login before each test. K6 testing lifecycle, that would probably be a good thing to learn. Setup, teardown. Setup and teardown stages. Okay, not quite what I'm after here. I'm looking for a way we can data. How do I not use the same data? How to log in virtual users in the init code. Nope, that didn't go here. Here we go. So export default iterator equals 0 init view normal view code. Come on. What is a virtual user? I know what all this is. When parameterizing, yep. Increasing the virtual users. How to use multiple unique. Nope. How many? Nope. Well, I suppose, I tell you what, let's just play with this. So once we log in, so let's just try and do a login. So let's say I log in with, I think that's the password. When I log in, what I would, after I've logged in, I would, wow, this is taking so long. This is embarrassingly slow. What I would do is then make another request to the account section, right? Wow, why is this so slow? Something isn't happy with that with that master request, main request. I'm sure I fixed that. This is going to time out. Permission denied. Oh, hang on. There's a permission denied error going on here in the cache. That might be why. var ww. Yeah, cache traits, file system trait. I think I've got a problem with my Docker volumes. I'm going to stop this because this is going to just take too long. Let's see if we can. I've done a restart, but let's do let's clear down the volumes, because if we had a look at my Docker compose file, we have dev cache and dev logs. So let's do that. What I'm going to do, get back to my terminal. Let's do a Docker compose. Let's do a down -v, because we want to bring it down and bring down the volumes as well. I've just been asked about, do I do ethical hacking? No. No, and apologies for not seeing the chat. I was trying to work something out, and I still am. Do you do ethical hacking? I've been on a course for ethical hacking, but I don't do it as a profession. Right, so I brought those down. Let's bring everything up again. Docker compose. Up -d. Cannot start mock API driver program. Okay, we'll deal with that later. Let's do a make db test load. Oh, hang on. No rule. I'm in the log directory. That's why. I'm gonna have to redo all that. Sorry. Down -v. Ugh, I was in the wrong directory. Good. Let's do a Docker compose. This is basically what I spend my evenings doing. Docker compose up, bring everything back up again. Let's do a make db test load to load the data set. So it'll do the run the migrations, upload the fixtures. We've all seen this before. I'll just bring this up a wee bit so you can actually see what I'm typing. Just noticed on stream it's a little bit small. There is something really wrong with something's going weird. Now I've restarted the containers and I've rebuilt. It's usually far more snappier than this. I'm thinking there's something wrong with the Mac. I mean, that only used 28 megabytes of memory. It's now purging the database. Yeah, this should fly. It's not holding out much. I'm not holding out much hope for performance testing when the host machine is super slow. There we go. Doing all the fixtures. I need to do this because I've just torn down all the Docker volumes. Basically, I wanted to start from scratch again. But still, it is running very slowly. Just to even get a bash shell on the container. Tail -f var log. devlog. Really slow. I thought I had fixed that is main request thing. That would be based on my event. That would be based on the SRC event listener. I thought I fixed this. Is on main request. Is master request is deprecated. Use is main request in HTTP kernel event. So unless, damn. Oh, come on. Sorry. Is master. No. Maybe I need to do some sort of update on Symfony. Don't know. Okay. It's in var vendor Symfony HTTP kernel. So I kind of think it's part of a component, Symfony component that I need to upgrade. Anyway, totally derailed the stream. Anyway, okay. Let's see if we can at least get something running. So let's get this go. Here we go. We're back to here. Let's log in again. I think that's right. Let's go and check my fixtures. Let's go to data fixtures, and I want to find user fixture, and it is monthly. Yes, that's correct. And we can see that we are attempting to log in. We're still getting this is main request issue going on, but okay. Okay, we can see the SQL being thrown around, which is good. There's also a deprecation I've noticed around the identifier. Alright, what's going on here? Okay. This should take us to the account page. There we go. So we're in the account page. So all of these pages can only be accessed when you're logged in. So that's what I basically want to try. So you log in and then you access one of these pages. So if we were to quickly write one of these tests, because I really just want to get a test done. So if we go to K6 and go to tests, and I'm going to create a new test, and we're going to call this accounts underscore courses.test .js, sorry, .js. So the idea with this is we want to log in to the account, and we want to access the account courses. Now I'm not going to bother with a scenario at this stage, I don't think. I'm going to pretty much just copy this stuff off of the bat and paste it into here, and then just adjust. Hang on. Sorry, I didn't put that in my clipboard. So we want to hit the site, so we can do that through an environment variable, which I think I can pass. Yeah, hostname. And then is that. So these two would be login, like that. And then our form selectors, we would have fields. And what would our fields be? Our fields would be I think it's username. Yeah, username and password. Oh, that's what it would be. So we want to fill this out with the credentials that we passed in. If we go into the user fixtures here, we can grab our monthly user. So there, and then put in the password for the test. Now we've got hold of res, so we should be res is equal to right. So we should be able to do a check on res to make sure that we have, after we submit the form, we want to sleep for 3 seconds, and then we want to check that the response code. Let's do login page response. Okay, so login page response. Let's do login form response, because we've got 2 responses going on here. First one is actually accessing the login page, and then the second one is dealing with submitting the form. I think that kind of works. I guess we should also put a sleep in there too. So we're accessing that, then we're sleeping it, then we're submitting the form, then we're sleeping it, then we're checking that the form, after it's been submitted, gets a 200 OK. I'm wondering if we can check the URL. Let me just see. Ooh, go back to case 6 a minute. Here's cookies. Domain. I guess what I want to do is check K6 get the redirect URL. Group redirect requests that redirect with a 301 response. Okay, so headers authorization bearer token. You can read more about the client documentation. So headers location looks like the thing. Because I wouldn't mind checking that the header's location is the redirection into the account page. That would be a good test, right? So we log in, sorry. We hit the page, we wait for it to load, we then submit the form, we wait for the form to load, we check the login response, and we also want to make sure that the request, so if we go to HTTP, request is now the host name and we'll have to do this in backticks, host name and then account. I think that's how we should do it, right? So let me just double check that. Let me just read up on the check API. Yeah, so let's put in a variable here called let redirect. Redirection is equal to HTTP, and it's I'll grab that for a sec. / account. There we go. That's not a / Pete, that's a backslash. You're going to escape that. There we go. So we could do multiple checks, can't we? So we can do, is it that's the left side and that's the right side? So response code was, colon. So should we do redirection, colon, res, or in this case, login form response, arrow function, and I don't know if this is going to work. Login form response. And what are we after? What's the credentials here? We are after, that wasn't it, was it? Res headers location. So that'll be res, so headers dot location. So if that equals that, hopefully that'll work. Possibly not, because that's not a... No, I can't use that as a variable. Arrgh. That's going to throw an error. Let's just type it out. HTTP. Let's hard code it. This would be 192 because it's running off of the IP. 192.168.99.100 / Let's do this first, and then once we've got this sorted, and also I need to adjust that to be login form response. Okay, let's just comment that out for a minute because that doesn't do anything. Let's get rid of this for a second because I don't think it's a 200 OK. It might pick up on the fact that it's redirecting, so it might be a 301. Okay, I think we're good. Apart from the CSRF check, ugh, which I'm sure it'll complain about. I think what I'm going to have to do is grab that, because what we need to do is post it back, right? So, of course I'm logged in. So I would have to grab it from there, right? So now it did say in here that there was selection.find. Text.find. So I'm wondering if we can find and grab the value of that token. So if we go over to, where are we, here, and then hit login again. Right, yeah, so I'm after that hidden field, aren't I? Input hidden. Here we go. CSRF token. I want to grab that value, I think. I tell you what, let's just run the test as it is and see what happens. That's probably a good idea, right? That's probably a good idea. So let's do this. Let's oh, I need to import check, and I think I import that from somewhere up here. Yeah, sleep and check from K6. There we go. Right, let's get this thing running. I'm sure there'll be problems. Let's dive into the K6 folder, and let's do a docker compose up-d. This is going to be running for port 8080, I'm sure, but let's try it. I'll have to do a quick exam. PS-A, I'm sure it's running off of port 8080. Yeah, it is app test, which means that I'm gonna I'm gonna have to change to port 8080, otherwise it's just not gonna work. So what I've done is I've created in the Docker Compose file for K6. I've basically pulled down a version of the site in sort of production mode, in the sense of like it's a production image, in the sense that it has app env production in. That might be a problem. Oh man. Okay, let's just try this. So if I go into the make file, this is what we want to run. So I'm going to just copy this and paste this into here. Yeah, but I'm going to change the script path to be account underscore, is it login? Account course. What's this? Courses with an S. Courses.js. We'll run it with one user, not 10. We'll just run it with one, and we'll just see what happens. Here we go, K6 is running. And what's the output here? Okay, so we have no form found in response of HTTP 192.168.99.88 login. Okay. That's a bit of a lie. Let's go and have a little look, shall we? Unless it just loaded it and it didn't sleep long enough. Should have slept. Why do I not think that's working? Let me just see what the deal. Oh, right, that's why. I thought that would be the issue. I've gone and put password protection on it. That's a shame. Let's see if we can get around that. I'm sure I've seen in here HTTP authentication. So yeah, credentials. So scripting examples on how to use different authentication and authorization methods to load your tests. So this one here is allowing us to use authenticate with basic auth. So it's just the credentials being username and password. Fine. All right, let's deal with that, shall we? So let's do. Now I've set this to just PFWD1, I think. So let's do. Otherwise we'll get confused with usernames and passwords. Let's do basic auth. Username is equal to PFWD1, I believe I've set it to. Let's get rid of that equal sign. And the same deal with the basic password. Oh, no, that wasn't in my clipboard. So this would be basic auth password. I think that's what I've got set on the Docker image. Let me just double check that. Yep. So that's the password, that's the username, which means that the credentials are basically like that, really, aren't they? Let's call this basic auth credentials. So what we want to do is hit the credentials and then @ So we want to run pretty much like this, to be honest. So basic auth credentials @ and then the host name. So let's put that in down here as well. I have to remember. That would be there. @ 192.168. Yeah, I need to work out how I can actually inject variables into here. But one thing at a time, one thing at a time. Let's run K6 once more. Have I changed it? No, still failing. Okay, this could be. Let's get rid of some stuff. Let's get rid of this. Okay. So, error, reference username not defined. Oh, right. I see what I've done wrong. This is what happens when you copy and paste stuff off of a tutorial and then change it, and then not rechange what you should change. Okay, fine. Let's run it again. Ooh, no errors. Protein shake time. Okay, there is an error. I think. I don't really understand what this means. Hey, that's a cross. Basic auth credentials @ 192 account. I'm guessing it couldn't hit that for some reason, and oh, that's because I'm putting variables in here. Can I put backticks in there? Because that's just pulled it right out as a string. I'm not sure if I can. I really don't think I can. I really don't think that's allowed. No, it's not. Okay, let me hard code all this. So this would be, I have to work out how to do that. PFWD1 at PFWD1. Okay. Let's try it again. Can we get to the account page? No, we can't. Okay, what am I missing here? HTTP PFWD1. Let's. And then, no, that's not right. No, that's not right. It's a colon. It's been a long day. Forgive me. It's been a long day. Username, password at the where you want to go. Sure. Right, that was probably a human error thing. Let's try it again. Sorry. Okay, so this is going longer than before, which is nice. Still not hitting that. What I'm going to do is run this whilst logging the request, just so I can work out what on earth is going on, because so let's do a Docker. Let's do a Docker logs. Actually, no. We need to be in K6 for this, don't we? Docker compose logs minus F, and I think it's app_test. There we go. Okay, so we've got the test logs here. We can see that we're hitting login, and we're hitting login, and there's an account in there, which has returned a 200 OK, and then we get a 408. So maybe it's the configuration, because if we go up here, we can see that we're running one scenario for 10 minutes. So it's just. Maybe if we adjust the sleep, because it seems to be going quite a long time. So let's adjust the sleep to a minute, so 60 seconds for each one, and just see. Is that? Let me just see what this is. Are you going to allow me to get into? I want to know if that sleep is seconds or milliseconds. Sleep T, fetching two different pages with a 0 to 30 second random sleep. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Random sleep in between. So they are seconds. Okay, let's do it for 60 seconds. Right, here we go again. And we're logging out the stuff down here. So we should see there's a request to 200 OK. That's to log in. We're now waiting. and then in about 30 seconds we should attempt something else. We should do a check. So we've got 20 seconds to go. Here we go. We should see something coming out now. Well, soon. No, that's strange. There we go. Okay, there we go. So we've got another account, a post request. That's returning a 302, and that returns a 200 OK for account. So we know that we've got one working. We have one working. That's a 302. Let's change the test for this to be a 302. And what we'll do is we'll just run this through and see. I mean, it looks better. That's the first sort of group. I should have adjusted the time so it was less than 10 minutes, but whatevs. Hey Martin, yeah, I'm doing K6 performance testing at the moment. Here we go, that's all come through. And we have got an error here saying that count didn't work. I'm guessing that we had a timeout at some point, though that is saying a 200 OK. That's the referrer. So we know that it worked once, but not again. Now, is this something to do with the fact that there is a cookie issue here? That as I've logged in, I've set the cookie, and then the virtual user picks up that cookie again, and then goes, well, I'm trying to get to the login page, but I'm actually going to the account page. That could be the issue. Which means that maybe there is a setting for K6 cookies, maybe, for virtual users. I don't really know where I'm looking. K6, let's do environment variables. There we go. I'm guessing there's an environment variable. Total stab in the dark here. Okay, so we got cloud token and authentication token. No. Is there like a list of that? Can't surely be all the environment variables. Can it? I would have thought there would be more. Something to do with K6 cookie env. We're using the same session over several virtual users. Okay, so if iterator is 0, then we get the first one. Okay, that makes a bit of sense. So we're not using the iterator on here. We're getting the cookie jar. Ah, there is an environment variables. Cookie K6 no cookie reset. See the documentation. Options. Okay, so no cookie reset. This disables the default behavior resetting the cookie jar after each virtual user iteration. So what I'm thinking is, because it failed on the second iteration, it was still using the cookie from the first iteration. It's trying to get to the login page. It couldn't get to the login page, so it went to account. That's my theory. If it's enabled, saved cookies will persist across virtual will be persisted. Is that what I want to do though? The default is false. And we want to set this to true. But that's the opposite of what we want to do, isn't it? It's strange. It's strange. It's hit the first one, but then the second one, I wish there was a bit more output here than just an X. I don't really know what that means. If I'm already logged in and I try and access that page, then it should work. But if I'm already logged in and I access the login page, then I get to this page here. But the test starts... Man. Let's have a look at this iterator thing. I've got a feeling it's something to do with that. Not sleep. Options, not options. Reusing the same. Yeah, if iterator is equal to 0, then we get the login form. Else we check the account form. So we only log in once, and then we check the account form. Store the cookie in the jar for subsequent iterations. So I guess what we want to do is remove the cookie. Is that what I'm saying here? We want to delete the cookie. Which, isn't that what happens at default? Ugh. Hang on. Options. Yeah, so disables the default behavior of resetting the cookie jar. So it does reset the cookie jar after each virtual user iteration. So that is the default, is what we're after. So maybe it isn't that. Maybe it's something else. This is interesting. Because we know it's worked once. We did a get to the login page. We then posted the login page with the credentials, and then we did a get of accounts. So there was 3 HTTP requests in that. First of all, getting the login page, then posting the login page, and then ensuring that we have an account. We access the account. On the second iteration, so in the second minute, it would have basically done all of this again, but it's come out with that output. And I don't know why. Let's go back to the code. So we're sleeping for 60 seconds. When we log in, when we get to the page, we then submit the form, we sleep for a further 60 seconds. And then we check the response code, and we're making sure is that, I'm wondering, is this the output of that? Okay, so is there any way I can put any kind of variables in here? Let's just have a look at check again. So the parameter is the value to test. Okay, right, so that's the value to test, I think. No, that's the value to test, sorry. And then we have the sets, which is an object, which is this here, okay. And that is test checks to run on the value, right? So we want to make sure that, right, okay, yeah. So we pass in the response into here, and we're ensuring that the response.status is equal to 200. Oh, I got it. And what we're doing, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, what we're doing is, oh, look at that. That needs to be, no, that is fine. Oh my word, that needs to be set to, I think it's just this, is it not? Let's try it again. This will have to unfortunately be the last try because time is against me, but we'll give that a go. Essentially what we're doing is we're passing in the object that we want to check. In this case it's going to be the login form response. These are, I think these are the messages, like the values. No, these are the keys, sure. And then we do arrow functions, so we pass in the login form response into each one of these, which is like the arrow function. And then it's this that we're checking, so this, whether it's true or not. So whether the status is a 302 or whether the location, in fact, that needs to be a 200, because what we're doing is we're checking, yeah, okay. In fact, let's just not overcomplicate this. Let's just deal with the status. Okay, here we go. One last try. There we go. Let me just double check I've tested. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's put in some space down here just so we've got... Okay, so we've hit the 200 OK. It's really the second iteration we want to focus on. Okay, so it'll start in a few seconds. I hope. Come on. Hey, that's looking much better, isn't it? So we've got login, now we get to the 200 OK. Boom. So we're on the second iteration. So let's spin this out a little bit. Now it's taking so long because I've put the sleeps in, but I just wanted to basically break things up. For some reason, things are running really slow, so I wanted to put in that speed bump. There. Is there any way I can reduce the... Yeah. Okay, so we should be looking at the third iteration in a minute. Maybe. Oh, no, that failed. Okay, why did that fail? Again, it's that. Okay, that's frustrating. But it managed to get over 2. Fine. Okay, well, I'm going to unfortunately have to leave that there, but I will pick this up later on and see what is the issue. But thank you ever so much for watching. Happy coding, everyone, and I'll see you again on Thursday for the podcast. This Thursday evening at 8 p.m. British summertime. See you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye.